Wow, a lot of people here to come pay tribute to Bill, our brother, our friend, Uncle Billy. Man, this is an amazing setup. Everything turned out perfect. A true Uncle Billy style party. A gathering where everyone wants to be and everyone is welcome the way he did it. I'll try and get through this with limited tears and or pauses, so please bear with me. What a beautiful tribute, eulogy, Bill. That was amazing. All the speakers in front of me, beautiful, beautiful. Aaron, your strength, your journey with Bill is so inspiring, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us. Emily, Nora, Uncle Mike loves you and will always be here for you. You are strong, amazing, and inspiring little girls that your daddy was so proud of. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak with you about my brother Bill. As I thought about what to talk about today, I thought about so many things. Should I talk about all the amazing times? Man, there were so many. Dinners, parties, one-on-one chats, times out and about, or the events, you name it. They were all amazing, and always a place everyone wanted to be. We all have so many great stories of our times with Bill, aka Uncle Billy, the name he was so proud of. So many great times. I know everyone has their own amazing memories, and I have so many it would take all day to share them. So I thought maybe I would talk about all the great talks we had and times he was there for me or there for all the people he loved. Together again, there were so many, and so many ran through my head. Then I thought, I want to talk about what an amazing friend Bill was, a one-of-a-kind friend to all. I could go on and on about that. We all could. Then as I sat many times thinking about it, we all know how great and amazing Bill was. However, I was also very fortunate to know the Bill behind the scenes. The man whose strength, whose courage, whose way of living, of thinking, of fighting, of loving was so amazing. This is what I want to share with you, the courage of Bill. I often sat and thought, man, if I was in Bill's shoes, how would I do it? Is he scared? How does he feel? Sometimes I would say, you good, man? He'd respond, I'm good, dude. There's a lot of people worse off, he would say. I got this. I say, yeah, you do, brother. I had the tiger. I remember the day Bill had found out he had a brain tumor. He was going to the doctor to get the results, and was like, we'll go out afterwards and celebrate. I'm good. I know I'll be good. I said, heck yeah, man. Call me when you got them. Now this is 2007. Aaron hadn't moved out here yet. Bill was the new Delaware Orange County wholesaler, kicking butt, and still didn't know a lot of people. Anyway, I remember like it was yesterday. I was golfing with a client, and he called and said, dude. You know how he said, dude. Yeah, he said, it's an effing tumor. I said, no way, bro, you're joking. He goes, no, man. And my heart sunk. I said, you okay? He goes, yeah, I'm good, dude. I said, come to my house, we're gonna hang. I told the client, gotta go, and met Bill at my place. And he was Bill. From the moment we embraced that day, his first worry was Erin, and if she was okay. Then he said, dude, I will beat this. No tumor got me. And we started to joke about buying him a helmet. And now we know why he has such a big head. And how this isn't gonna stop him. That was Bill. From the start. Strong, funny, thinking of Aaron, his family first, before himself. Well, we consumed a whole lot of adult beverages that evening, as you all can imagine, and the fight began. The journey, this fight, this man that I've sat in utter amazement of every day since. Sorry. His first surgery, he had tried to protect his family, his friends, from how tough it was or going to be, and how scared he was. One of Bill's favorite movies and characters, as you all know, was Rocky, and Eye of the Tiger became his theme song. He played before every test, surgery, during recovery. He had the fight, he had the Eye of the Tiger. We all got to see and hang with the fun-loving Bill, and he never let on how scared he was, how nervous he was. You would never known what day his MRIs were, because he acted like it was no big deal. He didn't want anyone to worry. He never even wanted anyone to feel sorry or bad for him. There was always something worse or someone worse off than him. That was our Bill. And that's one of the many reasons why I admire him so much. However, if he was scared, however scared he was, he wouldn't sleep the nights before his MRI or his results. Although you would never know it though. We would talk about it, how nervous he was, how he just wanted to get through it so he could focus more on work, family, and get back to not thinking about it. I would think, man, how would I handle that? I'd be a mess. However, no one knew. Just like normal, he was at his meetings, he was at his dinners, he was making you laugh, while inside he was scared, he was nervous, he didn't want to lose. He didn't want this to be the time the doctor gave him the news that wasn't good. He hated no matter how much fight he had or positive thinking, he couldn't control the outcome, and he had to wait. When the results came, he took them and kept fighting. Went great, he celebrated, we celebrated, and we were so happy. When they came back bad, he didn't cry. That was usually me fighting tears on the other end of the phone. He'd say, F that, I got this. I would say, I the Tiger Man, you got this. He would say, F yeah, dude. And ask how I was doing. And start talking about something else. I'd get off the phone and sit there and say to Rachel or myself, Bill is so awesome. I don't know how he does it. And I'd pray for him. I tell you this not because I want you to feel sorry for him. I would never, and he would never, which is why no one ever knew. Many not even, which is why no one ever knew. Many not even the fight that was going on. But I tell you to try and illustrate another facet of what an amazing man that Bill was, and why I was so in awe of him. Just another reason that makes Bill a one of a kind. I would think, how does he do it? Is he scared? I still can't imagine thoughts that went through his mind or what it was like to be him. The strength, the courage to carry this battle every day, never complain, never want sympathy, never really talk about it. Imagine, at the age of 31, at the prime of your life, with a fiance and living in a new place with a new job, you find out this news and you proceed to win the fight over and over. You become the best in your craft, you enjoy life, you never let anyone know you're scared or you're nervous or you're vulnerable. That's the way Bill was. And words can't explain the courage, the strength, the power that took. I hope these words can help illustrate them a little bit. He lived every day. He carried that burden and he put all of us and our happiness first and drew strength from that. A true hero, a true fighter, a true winner. All the sleepless nights, the chemo, the surgeries, the tests, he bounced back. He would be smiling, he'd be working, he didn't want to be down. We would have mastros in his hospital rooms, and we would laugh as he was hooked up to the machines, head shaved, stitches in. He'd talk about how he had to get back out there, and how was everybody doing, offering food to the nurses who all loved him. He'd talk about he had to win the fight, no tumor keeping him down. While going through all this, working his butt off and enjoying his family and his life, never once did he feel sorry for himself, or did he slow down. He would say, I got to keep my numbers up. I got to keep going. I only can do this for a limited time, not thinking something would ever happen to him because he truly believed he would win the fight, but that it was such a great gig. He wanted to make the most out of it, and he loved it. And he only had so much time to make enough money to put away for Aaron and the girls. That was his first focus, and we talked about that all the time. Aaron and the girls being okay was the root of all his decisions. His drive to be the best wholesaler, to work his butt off. Bill, my friend, they will be okay thanks to you. You achieved your goals. He would always say, dude, I have the greatest job in the world. I get to work with my friends. That's the other thing. He truly loved what he did. He loved his friends. He loved bringing people together. Man, was he good at that. The connections that he made and the people he brought together are relationships that will last a lifetime. And those people are now some of my dearest friends. And I know we all have relationships that all came from Uncle Billy. Because you always wanted to be around him, and you always wanted to be a part of whatever event he was hosting, party he was throwing, because not only was it the best, the classiest, the most fun, and the overall best time, but because he made each person feel welcome, like they were worth $1 million and that they belonged there. He loved people, he loved his friends, and he loved bringing good people together. I remember it like he's saying it right now. Dude, you have to meet this guy. He's a good dude. Which meant Bill loved you. Or, you gotta meet her. She's cool. She's a homie. One of those homies became my wife, and we have a beautiful daughter. So thank you, Bill, my brother. I truly do owe you my life. And so many of those good dudes are some of my closest friends and will continue to be thanks to you, Bill. He connected so many people that never would have met, never would have been friends. It was amazing. We all thank you, Bill. And this, my friend, is how we keep Bill with us every day. My friends, this is how we keep Bill with us every day, through our relationships, through our friendships, through the bonds that he built for us and with us. Never letting us know how scared he was, nervous, sick, or in pain. Never doubting he could beat this. And never letting an illness overshadow the amazing man, the amazing spirit, the amazing father, husband, brother, friend, and business associate that he was. We will keep him alive through our relationships, our bonds, our stories. As I still stand here in awe of Bill, as I think every day how he was feeling those final months, weeks, and days, how did he muster up the energy to get out of his chair, to walk to the table to eat lunch when 3 buddies came out into town to visit, when he could barely walk that day. How he got up and gave them each that big Billy handshake hug. You all know what I'm talking about. You all know the one I'm saying, or what I'm talking about. He could barely walk that Wednesday, about a week and a half before he passed, but he still did that. He wanted them to see his strength. He cracked a joke or two and even told one of the guys, "Don't worry, I'll be up to Fresno to take you to dinner real soon." Still fighting, still believing, still having the eye of the tiger. Towards the end, I was talking to Aaron about Bill and his treatment. And Bill was in pain, not feeling well, and about to get a treatment. And Aaron said to Bill, "You don't have to do it, Bill." And he said, "I do. It is the only way I will get better." He still believed. He could barely walk. He was going through so much. It didn't matter. He was going to do whatever he could do to win the fight. Well, Bill, you did win the fight. You lived an amazing life, loving each day and living it to its fullest. You provided for Aaron and the girls and left a legacy and gave them a foundation for a great life. And you and your legacy will live on forever through them and all of us. You did win the fight, my friend, and you fought like no other, always with a smile, a handshake, a hug. It put everyone first before you attitude. I stand in awe of you and always will. You are a legend in your own time, and a legend that will live forever in every relationship and person you ever touched. Every friendship you built, every person you connected, and every time we are together, every time we cheers, every time we think about how amazing the time we had with you was, you will be there with us. I was lucky enough to be your brother for the last 11 years. And I thank God that every day we shared so much, and I will treasure it always. And I'm so thankful for every moment together. There are so many. In closing, I'd like to say thank you to Big Bill, aka Pops, and Kathy, aka Mom. Thank you for raising an amazing man, a man that you can be and I know are so proud of. A man that is and was so strong, that is a role model in everything he does and did, and a man we all aspire to be. Thank you. And thank you to Aaron. Thank you to Aaron for sharing Bill with us. Thank you for being, thank you for being his silent rock that loved him so much, that allowed him to be who he was. Thank you for taking care of him, even though it wasn't always easy. And thank you for loving him and for allowing him to be the amazing father, husband, and friend to all of us. You were the love of his life, and you were so generous and understanding of who he was, that allowed us to all know him, love him, and spend time with him. Lastly, thank you, Bill. Thank you for your courage, your strength, your inspiration, your selflessness, your heart, and thank you for being you. Thank you for being everyone's favorite uncle, Uncle Billy. You will live on forever. You are a legend, and I know you are smiling up there. You are the ultimate good dude. The force is strong with you, Uncle Billy.